Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be working on some food prep for the upcoming week, and we are going to go ahead and get started with some keto chili. This is a recipe out of the Southern Keto cookbook that I kind of modified a little bit. I got the idea from Keto Ginger here on YouTube to use chorizo instead of ground beef, and let me just tell you guys, it made a huge difference in this recipe. The chorizo really elevated it to just the next level. It was beyond delicious. So I'm gonna have all of these recipes linked for you. As you can see, I'm just adding stuff into this pot, and when everything's in, I'm gonna let it simmer for 20 minutes, and it is going to produce the most delicious chili you have ever had in your entire life. So I'll have that linked for you guys. The next thing that we're going to work on are keto sausage puffs, keto sausage balls, whatever you would like to call them. I personally really like this recipe made with the spicy or hot breakfast sausage versus just the regular sausage. I think that it adds, again, just another special little thing. This recipe I found on the internet, and I will have it linked for you as well, but basically you're going to brown 1 pound of sausage. You're going to be using some melted butter. If I remember, it was 1/4 cup of melted butter, 4 eggs. You're also going to put in 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and all of this is really going to make the texture of these sausage balls just absolutely delicious. We're also going to be adding in some seasonings, some salt and some pepper, and you guys will notice in this video that when it comes to certain things, I don't really measure, and then certain things I do. So if I really think it's going to make a big difference in the flavor, I'll measure. This is garlic powder, and the initial recipe calls for 1/4 teaspoon. You guys know I doubled that because who doesn't love garlic? So we're going to whisk that all together and then add 1/3 cup of coconut flour, and the recipe specifically says that you should use a heaping 1/3 cup. We're also going to put in some baking powder and then whisk everything together until it thickens up just a little bit. And then we are going to come in and add our sausage. And you guys, this will show you the importance of making sure that you drain your sausage, because, you know, I'm all about that high fat, but that is a lot of grease. So I'm going to add in the sausage, and then we are going to add some cheese. I had a little bit of leftover pepper jack cheese. I mean, you guys can see it's like a tablespoon. So I added that in here, and then the recipe calls for 2 cups of cheddar cheese. I ain't measuring no cheese. I'm gonna eyeball it because you can never have too much cheese. Yes, I follow a dirty keto lifestyle. I eat cheese, lots of it. So we're going to combine all of this together until it kind of comes together to form sort of a dough. It's not very thick. You'll see, it comes together really nicely. And then you can take this and scoop it out and make individual balls and then cook those, but I found that those kind of tend to melt a little bit and lose their shape, and my husband gave me the great idea of actually using a mini muffin tin, so that is what I've been doing. I'm going to stick these in the oven and bake them for just, I think it's about 15 minutes, and you guys, they are delicious. Having things like this available on my keto journey has really helped me to stay on track. So the next thing that we are going to work on is some good old boring boiled eggs, but it is something that I have found really helps me, again, just to stay on track. Having things that I can grab and go is so incredibly crucial. So I always make my boiled eggs in my Instant Pot. I cook them for exactly 4 minutes, and then I do a quick pressure release. Once the pressure has been released, I'll take the lid off and immediately add ice and water to the Instant Pot. I don't really like getting extra dishes dirty, so I just add the ice and the water right into the Instant Pot, and I let all of the eggs come to a complete cool temperature before I peel them. And at the end of this video, I'll show you how easy they are to peel. 4 minutes, completely done. They come out perfect every single time. So now let's go ahead and move on to dessert. So this is a family favorite. This is a keto-friendly dessert, but I'm telling you, everyone in my family absolutely loves this dessert. We are making mini, well, it's supposed to be mini. We are going to end up doing regular size mocha muffins. So we started with 3 eggs down in a blender, and then I added 1/3 cup of, it calls for strong coffee. I just used espresso, and then I added in some vanilla. One of the most beautiful things about this recipe is that you can make it all in your blender, but as you'll see toward the end of this video, you're gonna see that I struggle a little bit to get all of the muffin batter out of there. So I don't know, I might actually just do it with a hand mixer next time. So now I'm adding in some almond flour, 2 cups, and just a little bit extra because, you know, I had a little bit left in there, and like I said, it's about measuring, you guys. Sometimes I do, sometimes not so much. Okay, so right there I added in my sweetener, and that is the only sweetener that goes in this. I believe it was a half of a cup of erythritol, and then we used, I believe, a half of a cup of cocoa, added a pinch of salt, some baking powder, and then some melted butter, another 1/4 cup of melted butter. We are going to blend this all together, and I really tried to get the top, you know, little portion off of my blender so that you could see what it looked like on the inside, because I don't know about you guys, but seeing it go around in a circle just totally like is very satisfying to me for some reason. Am I the only person who's like that? Like, this is so satisfying, right? So once it is all blended, you will add in it says 1/3 of a cup. Again, you know, you do you put in however many chocolate chips that you want to put in, but I do use the Lily's chocolate chips. They are sugar-free, sweetened with stevia. And then we are going to put this in our muffin tin. Now, I went ahead and made the large size muffins, honestly, because my mini muffin tin was dirty after making the sausage puffs and it needed a good soak. For some reason, the sausage puffs stuck to my pan this time, even though I sprayed it before I put them in. So we're going to use the muffin tin liners and fill these up. I go through with 1 scoop in each one, and then I had a hard time getting the rest of that batter out of the blender, so I ended up getting as much as I could and putting in a bowl and just doing the best that I could. And this is the finished product, you guys. They are delicious. You will love them. So now it's time to peel our eggs. I know, it's not exciting at all, but it's gotta be done. I prefer to have mine peeled and in the refrigerator waiting for me because I'm more likely to grab it if it's easy and I don't actually have to take that last step again. So I make sure before I store my eggs that they are all really dry, and we are good to go. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I will be sharing some more meal prep later on this month, so stay tuned for that as well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.